Hello everyone, I'm Eleanor Swanepoel, Acting Deputy Director in the College of Graduate Studies, working in the office of our Executive Dean. You are welcome to UNISA. We are so glad that you decided to study with us. You have now already registered for this year, and we are going to take you through the journey to make sure that you have a successful and fruitful study journey here at UNISA.
I would like to explain the program structures at UNISA as well as the fee payments. It is sometimes very confusing the way that the website is set up, and the students are sometimes unsure of what is the correct payment that should be made, and the purpose of this presentation is to help you through the process. We have 4 different types of programs within the master's and doctoral field. We've got the coursework master's degrees, we've got research master's degree, also called masters by monograph, the same with the research doctoral degrees, also by monograph, and then the doctoral degree by publication. If we look at the coursework master's programs, normally it would have 4 modules where you will write exams or you will do portfolios or submit portfolios for your exam. Then there's a research proposal module that you must complete, as well as a mini dissertation. In some cases, you will see that there are different credits that's attached to the mini dissertation. It could be 24, it could be 48 credits. It depends on the weight of the qualification. You must first complete 2 modules before you can register for the proposal module. We see a lot of registration errors coming through with students try to register for all 5, for the 4 modules, the research proposal and the mini dissertation in one go. Unfortunately, the qualification is structured in that way that you must first register, say, in the first year for 2 modules, next year 2 modules plus the proposal module, or 3 modules in your first year, and then in the second year you do the final module with the research proposal module. Or you can do all 4 modules in your first year and then do the research proposal in your second year and then the mini dissertation in your third year. That will depend on the time that you have available. You have to pass the proposal module before you can register for the mini dissertation. If you do not have a letter from UNISA informing you officially that your research proposal module has been approved, if you try to register online, you will get an error to say that you're not allowed to register. That basically means that the system is correct. It checks whether you've passed the proposal module. So if you didn't pass it, or we don't have a result yet, you won't be able to re-register. It is important to take note that the duration for the master's programs is 3 years, and in exceptional cases, 1 further year. If you do not pass at least 2 modules after 2 academic years, you will not be allowed to continue and complete the qualification. Please read the rules in the procedures for master's and doctoral degrees. Important that you take note of that. Then if we look at our research master's degree, you will remember I also called it the degree, master's degree by monograph. The curriculum is a dissertation on an approved topic. In your first year of the dissertation, you will do a research proposal. There's no module. You register directly for the dissertation, but you will work with your supervisor to have your research proposal approved in the first year, submit ethical clearance, and all those information that will happen. Again, your master's degree, irrespective whether it's coursework or a research, 3 years plus 1 year in exceptional cases. If we look at our doctoral degrees, you will see that if you were registered for the first time for a doctoral degree at UNISA in 2020, your curriculum differs from a student that registered for the first time in 2022. So if you're a first-time student in 2020, if you were, you will do a thesis on an approved topic. Again, the research proposal is incorporated in your first year, and you have to submit 2 manuscripts to an accredited journal before your qualification may be completed. Again, duration for doctoral programs, 6 years plus 1 year in exceptional cases. If we look at the students that registered for the first time in 2022 or 2023 now or 2024 or like you now in 2025, the curriculum for the doctoral qualification is a thesis on an approved topic. Again, in the first year, it incorporates a research proposal. You have to submit 2 manuscripts to an accredited journal. And then you also have to do an oral examination, which is called the Viva Voce. Duration for the qualification remains 6 years plus 1 additional year. From 2022, students can also opt to register for a doctoral degree by publication. If you look at our website, it doesn't indicate this qualification can be done by publication. You apply for a qualification, and once you are registered, you discuss it with your supervisor to indicate to them that you are interested in doing the doctoral degree by publication. Again, thesis on an approved topic. You have to do the research proposal in your first year. As part of the thesis, you have the 2 manuscripts, you're still doing Viva Voce. Same apply to a doctoral degree by publication, 6 years. And as we always know, life happens and you need an additional year, you may apply for that by contacting your supervisor. I also want to provide you with where and how to find the information. How does the doctoral degree by publication work? You can read, you can open this document the slides will be provided to you. You can open the document. What does the Viva Voce entail? If you want to start reading up on that already, how it will work, what do you need to do? It's all in that document. The most important document that you must read as a master's and doctoral student is the procedures for master's and doctoral degrees. I'm providing you with the link for that. It also will take you to the documents that I've captured here in the top of the slide. So please go and have a look at the publication, PhD by publication, see if you're interested in that, and then also start in your mind preparing yourself for the Viva Voce. Although it will come in a few years' time maybe for you, please make sure that you start preparing yourself mentally for it. How do I pay my fees? We really suggest to our international students to make use of the Flywire payment option. UNISA has negotiated this with Flywire, and you will be able to make your payment through them, and the fees are a bit less than that of when you do an EFT through a bank. We hope that we've seen from students that they are quite happy with it, and it really works very well. Making payments for your studies. We sometimes just think that all the information that we have available is easily accessible, and I thought, let me take it a bit further. Things that you need to know. If you're a coursework student, you pay your fee per module. There are additional postal levies for certain areas that needs to be paid. There's a levy for students living in Africa, and there is a postal levy for students that are outside of the African continent. Your first payment on registration is indicated on your temporary registration letter. Once you do that online registration, you will receive a letter that tells you this is the minimum fee that you must pay. For students living outside of Africa, if you're going to register for your mini dissertation, there's a foreign levy also payable. So while you're doing the modules, there's postal levies that must be paid, and that is payable fully when you register. So it would be the minimum fee plus then the postal levy that will come with it. don't stress about the amount. It will be indicated in your temporary registration letter. So your first payment, what we call the minimum payment, will activate your registration if you pay the full amount that's indicated on the letter. The second payment must be made by the 15th of May, and the final payment must be made by the 15th of August of 2025. If you are now registered in this year, if you're registering in 2026, obviously it will then be 15 August of the next year. So non-payment leads to financial cancellation, meaning that you will be able to write the exam, but you will not get your results. So please make sure that by the 15th of August, you make your full payment for the academic year. Research master's degrees and doctor's degrees work exactly the same. You have to remember, you have to register annually for the dissertational thesis. Very important, and we get that quite a lot. There is no alone standing research proposal module. People look at the website, see there's a research proposal module amount that is indicated and think that is what they should pay. That is only for the coursework students. For our research masters and doctors, you pay for the dissertation or for the thesis. Students outside of Africa will pay an annual foreign levy, and it's payable with your initial payment. And it's included in that amount that is indicated on what we call your temporary registration letter. First payment on registration, second payment is the 15th of May, and the final payment must be made by the 15th of August. So if you have the minimum payment, you are welcome to every month pay an amount into your UNISA account. We don't restrict that. You can make payment in your own way to pay it off, to make it easier for yourself. Now, if you look on the web, you will see that UNISA have I almost want to say a funny fee structure, but there are 4 subject groups that are given. The first one is education, law, library, museums, psychology, administration, and social services. Second one is business, economics, management studies. You can read it yourself there, linguistics, philosophy, religion, social sciences. The third one is architecture, engineering, consumer science, mathematics, and statistics. And then the fourth one is agriculture, visual and performing arts, health professions, typically your health studies and public health, related clinical sciences, life sciences, and physical sciences. We sometimes see that students struggle. It's easy to say if you are doing a doctoral degree in economics, it's easy. I fall in that second subject, so I fall in that price category. Important, if you look at this and you think, but mine is not specifically listed here, then you can go and do a quotation. I provide you with the link, very easy to do. You put in your qualification code, you put in the module code, and it will provide you with the minimum payment and the full payment that must be done to ensure that you can register. I use this just the one. I typically chose the subjects in agriculture and visual and performing arts, physical and life sciences, to just take you through it, how to interpret the structure. And this is now for master's degree. All 4 of the subject lines have a similar kind of table that you can look at. If you look at that first circle, 5795 Rand, that is the cost for a paper. Those are the 24 credits, modules. Typically your LLM qualifications have these papers. There's no modules that is less than 24, and that's where that 2,900 comes in the first for a module. So our masters and doctors, it's papers, 5795 if we look at this specific structure. Then the second one says research proposal module or short dissertation. And that amount there, 5795, that is indicated in bold in red. That's where you see 24 credits for the research proposal module or the mini dissertation. is coupled to 24 credits, that will be the amount that you will pay. Again, typically what will happen with your LLM qualifications, your mini dissertation on that one. Then we look at the dissertation of limited scope. When you look at our qualifications, we refer to everything as a mini dissertation, but the dissertation of limited scope is actually the meaning that it's 84 credits for that specific mini dissertation, and you'll see there the amount is just over 11,000 for that. And then the full research masters in this subject category pays the 7930. That is the full amount. The next amount that you see next to it, if we just look at the last row, the full amount is 17,930. The second column is the minimum payment. Remember, this now excludes any miscellaneous fees, for example, the foreign levy. But it will be added to the temporary registration letter if you fall in that category that must pay the foreign levy. And then you will also see that 6007 needs to be paid by the 15th of May, and then the last payment is 6008 that must be paid by the latest 15 August. Again, I'm suggesting to you that as you continue with your studies, maybe every month just put an amount in that by 15th of August you will be paid up in full for your studies for the year. I really hope that this slide will help you with this. Because we sometimes see that our students struggle to interpret this, and I hope that this slide will help you. If we look at the doctoral one, it is a bit easier. Again, there's the 4 levels of subjects. So you choose where your subject is. And again, the green arrow shows you your total fee. If we again take the agriculture option subject, you look there, 21,380 that must be paid for the full year. You start off with a minimum payment with just over 7,000, 15th of May, 7,162, and a final payment by 7,163 by the 15th of August. Every year, the structures will stay the same. So even if you look at this next year or the other, or the year after that, the interpretation will still be the same. If you are unsure, I want to really ask you, go and do a quotation. Sometimes people look and think, oh, the 22,070 suits me better than the 22,425, and then they don't understand why they are not registered when that amount is being paid. So double check yourself, do a quotation. I really hope that these slides help you, and specifically to interpret the fee structures at UNISA. It's not always easy to understand it. We see it as easy, but it's not always that easy. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. All the best.
We would like to thank you so much for taking time to listen to us. We hope that you have learned a lot and that you will be able now, when you have a question, to know where to go and what to do to ensure that your journey with us is successful.